We come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in His holy word, trusting in His holy word. He never failed me yet. Oh, can't turn around. We come too far by faith. Let's say it again. We've come this far by faith. Come this far by faith. Leaning on the Lord. Leaning on the Lord. Trusting in His holy word. He never failed me yet. What's up, y'all? It's Killer B. It's Killer B. And we tearing them up today, boy. We're gonna put all the we gonna strip and put all their draws in the street, everything. Sneakers on the telephone wire. Shout out to all my Christians. Shout out to all my Christians out there. That was for y'all. That was for y'all. It's 2:44. Hopefully y'all should be getting out of service right about now. Hope so. Sister Cherry can turn the phone on now and come on up in here. What's up, Niggy? I see you up in here. Hold on. Add the screen. My man,
how you doing? What's up?
Good. Man, we're gonna script them naked today. We're gonna script them naked. We got it draw.
What's up? What are we gonna do?
All right. Now we get our blue a little later, so the blue thing's gonna be quick. But Michael Edwards did a video today and showed a receipt. Remember I said this the other day? I said this, was that yesterday or the day before or something? About solarmind, like that, the allegations that Rob Rack was talking about, which I guess he got from the PA, I presume, that solarmind was a sex offender. And
oh man, that isn't very good.
Yep.
That's bad.
No, very bad, Nicky. It's very bad. On top of that, this is old. This is an old allegation that was put out. This is an old rumor. This is going on almost a year now, right? Till I presented it to Chris Harris. Chris Harris got pretty mad at me and stuff. You know, he loves solarmind. He want to protect solarmind, right? But now that I think about it, Chris Harris was kind of a little too interested in how I could say, a little too interested in protecting him. Chris Harris know how I get down. Chris Harris used to be over here with me, getting down with me, right? And had no problems with anybody else. But him, he had some, you know, Chris liked the limelight. So if you take Chris's spotlight away and shit like that, he ain't gonna like that, right? So he gonna protect him. But. Now I said the other day, now I was doing my own little homework and stuff a while back on this thing. I heard it and I started investigating and things just didn't add up to me. I'm like, James Smith. I said, that don't sound like a real name. I think that was yesterday I said this, that people get pulled over or something and you want to get a kind of fake name, you're going to say something like that. Yo, my name is Brian Smith. I would look at you like, man.
Yeah, you give them two first names, they're going to go like, they ain't going to run it. They're going to be like, no, that's not even real.
Right. But it comes to find out, what they're saying is his real name is James Cannon. And Michael Edwards put up the goddamn receipts on the goddamn shit. And from what I heard before, is matching with what the receipts say. And now, what's pretty strange too, that Rob Rack wants to put this information out, which I heard, because like I said, I only show these people 5 minutes. I go to straight, I watch the thing for 5 minutes, and I get everything I need in 5 minutes. And he's pushing to get information now. He was holding back. So I guess because Napah was um dating Solarmind, right? Then whatever the breakup happened or whatever, then she hopped on top of old ass Sonetter. So these, how you doing? These allegations is starting to come to a head, and it's weird because, like I said yesterday, Napah's supposed to be a supporter or advocate for women's rights and children's rights. So if she the one who dug up that paperwork on him, right? So this been over a year done passed. Hasn't she brung that out back when she found out, so that other women can watch themselves getting in with that man, right? So all this stuff is just spinning, and it's all, and like I said, these people are all trying to find their space and to fill spots and disassociate themselves with others, but not for the reason that they saying, because they want the spot. They want the spotlight. They want that spotlight on them. So they're gonna come out, and now they talking about Sonetter's like cocaine and heroin habit, whatever, right? They ain't got nothing to do with this community. That's his personal thing. That's personal, right? That's victimless. The only one he fucking up is himself. My beef, I go on this motherfucker. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that doing shit to people, not the shit that they doing to themselves. I could care less what they doing to themselves. That's their business. That's not hurting me, you, the children, or the women and the men, the young folks, the youth. That's not doing nothing to them, right? Just like Ankh admitted, my ex crack addict, but look what he's doing now. Well, he over there with Sonetter and shit, but I seen what he was doing before Sonetter. Ankh was doing what he do before Sonetter, right? His stuff with the importing and all that stuff he was doing. He has done more than any of these people have, as far as trying to educate the community and stuff like that, right? I don't want to give him too much props, but he get his little props and shit, right? But we got Sonetter pulling these receipts out on him on the air now. So you knew this about him because you were a client of Solarmind. You helped Solarmind go at and when they had the in the black media. Remember Tour Nights? We was so-called allied with Solarmind and all them, going at words and Sonner and all types of crazy shit. I forgot how all that shit started, but some shit Judah Adams put together. But it's strange, like these people know this stuff, and one that Sonetter, the one that put Solarmind in this whole, I would say, I don't know, like community, but he helped Solarmind. Like Solarmind was the videographer for those first debates. For the first debates Sonetter did, he was a filmer for Sonetter. Horrible fucking quality and shit like that. I went to engineering school. I was sending Sonetter messages how he can make his shit better. Motherfucker never respond or whatever. But this is crazy, and the man making videos now. Solarmind made a video talking about Sonetter, and they all going back and forth. They're going back and forth, but nobody responsible. There's nobody like you got Zion Lex, right? Zion Lex supposed to be a goddamn priest, but he up on the damn thing gossiping, talking about I'm gonna release that audio that when you thought you and Napah was arguing and I was still on the line and you didn't know.
And you know what the worst part is about all those self-proclaimed priests or men of God?
Mm-hmm.
Is that none of them can actually back up what they're saying.
None of them. They don't got no credentials for nothing. Judah Nazar got his fake ass ordained minister from the same church and shit that do gay marriage and all types of shit. But he a Hebrew Israelite motherfucking priest and shit. Fuck out of here. But
That's just crazy. It blows my mind because what I do is now I can see all the manipulation. My eyes are completely open.
yeah,
I can see it on multiple planes. Like when I'm looking at
right,
different groups, I can see it right away. It's like you get an eye for it.
right, exactly. And I'm glad you say that because there's so many people out here that just think like you said, on so many planes, they just looking on one plane. You know what I'm saying? They don't look all around. Like, you know what I mean? They don't see the full scope of the thing and shit. They only see one little thing and they ride that. They ride it out until it fades out. No, you got to see the whole, you got to look at the thing like a box. Like, you know what I mean? You got to look at that shit from every angle. And they, it's super sad. And like, you got Napah sitting up there saying she support all this shit. And then she did a video talking about she don't want nothing to do with none of all this shit. Right? But she up on solarmind comment board talk about, but you're a sex offender and that. We got the paperwork on you. So you back up in it now. So last week you say something, but now you back up in it. She crazy. Now let me get to the crazy part. Zion Lex said they were arguing back and forth, and she screamed out, "Don't touch me!" or no. I might have heard it wrong. He might have been there. It might have been at Sanetta's house. No. It had to be on the phone because he said you didn't know that I was listening, so he was on the phone and shit, right? I just heard this before I came on, and it was like Sonetta didn't touch her, but she was saying that he did. Like she gonna call the cops. Cause you know women do that shit. A lot of black women do that shit. Hispanic women do that shit. They be like, motherfucker, they call the cops like this motherfucker hit me and shit, right? And she put herself in the face or put a red mark on her neck or something. That's all the cop need to see. All he need to see is a little mark or a bruise. The bruise could be from anything. And you a
Yeah,
white.
I'm not exactly gonna say that 100%, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe he just smacked the shit
If
out of him.
someone's
I don't know.
mad enough to get you into some trouble, they're gonna use whatever.
Right, right. So when she said all this stuff, that's like that's the type of woman it seems that she is too. And you just look at her actions. What she say on the show is one thing, but then you look at her actions. Just like with Judah Nass. What he says, and then you look at his actions. Like this dude, he's into all the Sufi stuff. This is the day when Judah made the video on me. The first video he made on me came on there. I forgot his name. It's like outside or inside out or some shit, right? But he's into some Sufi mystical shit, right? And he said, Judah, I understand what you teaching. He said, trying to teach, right? He said, I get it, but I don't see it in you. I just don't see it in you. And he was dead on. As you guys got choked up, me and Mike, Mike that was in Tour Nights. Me and him got on, and as soon as we got on the screen, because we was gonna confront him, because the whole group talked to him. You try to talk to him, I try to talk to him, Mike G tried to talk to him, everybody tried to, and he wasn't trying to hear shit. And we was all following the law, what the Torah say on how to handle situations like that. And instead of with us, he live stream talking shit, slandering, and then we got on there to talk to him. He shut the. That's the first time I ever seen Judah Nazar to shut a screen because we popped up. But what I'm saying, like, this man is a sex offender. Now I see the rap sheet. So James Cannon, and it had it on there for like indecent. There was another one on there, inappropriate. What was it? Inappropriate. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, you doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing with kids. Put it like,
but you know what bothers me the most? It's not every new one of these that pops up. It's the fact that this is now what that community is going to be known for, and I'm not even a fan of them. I just feel like this is a little bit this is unfair. This is like they shouldn't have this, on them. If they should distance themselves as far away as they can from this. It's like sex offenses are never seen in a positive light. Like, there's no way this could ever be given a positive spin. If I was a Hebrew Israelite, I would be distancing myself like nothing else. I mean, I dare say the whole. Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
okay, no, I couldn't hear your voice was low.
Okay, I'll just say it. What I said was the thing is, if I was a Hebrew Israelite, I would be getting away from all this. I would be like, all this stuff is just too crazy. Too many people are getting busted for the same kind of things. Something has to be done. We got to change this. It's like this can't be allowed to continue.
What's his name? What is it outside the blue? His name is? You know,
Who? I can't really hear you.
yeah. All right, you can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right.
There was a dude. There was a dude by the name.
That dude blue. Outside the blue, inside the blue, something out the blue, whatever his name is. Shit, he a cool brother. He been on, so I like blue. But he ain't that bright. I heard this nigga gonna say he going to goddamn Tanzania. the sea mighty Hebrew. And guess what else he said? He going out there to look to buy some land.
So
Now,
he's going to visit a guy that's known for being a known sex weirdo.
yep. And in Tanzania, and you probably would in Tanzania, he'll go out there and that motherfucker grab. He mighty Hebrew ain't no little nigga and shit. I don't think he is and shit, but he look like a pretty big dude. He might snatch blue skinny behind up and shit and do something to him.
I mean, we don't know, but that would be really messed up all the same. But just to be clear on this, if I was a Hebrew Israelite, I would be asking serious questions about why the whole community is so messed up.
Yep. Now, if Blue had a fraction of sense, just a fraction of some sense.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 2 minutes. I already knew, but Blue dumbass and shit was on my channel, on my screen, when the subject, if I'm not mistaken, about buying land in Africa, right? Buying land in Ghana. So Tanzania, just like Ghana, a foreigner cannot buy property. So when y'all look at Mighty Hebrew and look, he living in a big mansion, he don't own that bitch. He don't own that motherfucker. He living in somebody else's house. The government owns all property in Tanzania. You cannot purchase property. You can lease property.
Hey, you're going?
Yeah.
All right.
You got
see.
3 more things to get for your meal, but we'll talk
I know.
about it later.
You could lease property for what? 32 months? 62 months? Not to 62. I mean 32 years, 62 years, and 99 years. After that, the property goes back to the government. The only way is for investing. So invest in that property. So you go in there, you're gonna build a factory to make goddamn pocketbooks for export. You go in there for farming for export. You go in there for manufacturing, I don't know, goddamn chopsticks for Chinese food restaurants. It's like, right? that's the only way they giving you some shit. So
Yeah,
this food goes.
that's completely crazy, but uh, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know why anyone would want to do that though.
Even go to Africa. I'm straight.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
need to go there.
why would you want to go to Africa? Most people know that place is not the greatest. I mean, I'm not even trying
Hell
to
no.
knock it. I'm just saying a lot of people know that.
He talking about I'm bringing the dark side to motherfucking Tanzania. Yeah, you be in the dark if you go to Tanzania, motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's exactly where you be.
he's bringing he's gonna be sitting in a dark, house. There's gonna be very little electricity.
Yep. Some of those people they don't even have. If they got electricity, the electricity ain't on all year. That sound like a motherfucking gun. Nah, it ain't no gun. It's fire.
I mean that's completely nuts. But why people would want to go there, I have no idea.
It's like because they want to be pro-black and all this shit that they see on the internet that people lying to them about. Those people, those
And
videos,
and
those
that
people living in countries, they miserable. Like the
yeah
Americans, they miserable.
that's how you know that it's all a scam and a hoax most of the time, because you hear these guys, they promote it like it's something, when it
Yeah.
really isn't.
And then you ask them, okay, so you live there? And they're like, oh no. I had one dude talking about he had property in Kenya and all this stuff. I started questioning him, and the nigga was just breaking down. The shit he was just breaking down. I was
Yeah,
breaking down.
it's like this. A lot of these people, they love America. They love everything that goes with the American, capitalist society. They love it. So it's like, these guys actually came to America from places like Central America. And
Yep,
when they got deported, they brought that American flashy lifestyle down there with them
yep.
because they couldn't handle to leave it behind.
Hell no.
Now imagine if
Hell no.
people went to Africa, they'd be trying to bring the American way of life to Africa.
Mm-hmm. And it ain't gonna work there.
It's like they're going to be building whatever restaurants stuff, American soul food ain't nothing like African food.
Yep. Now, you think bluu gonna be water that we got? Well, you don't press
I didn't hear some of that.
like a lot, well, all that shit in these countries is well water. The water is not they don't have like a city water like we got here in America. You
Yeah,
turn on
yeah.
your faucet, crystal clear water come out that bitch, clean. You ain't gonna get sick, none of that. That shit clear, and the pressure come out the thing. Like you go to the shower, that water coming out there hard, right?
Yeah,
There, you don't
it's
got water pressure like that. So the water trickle. It's like you got it barely open. That's how the water come out the faucet. And sometimes water might be brown. And the water, like when I used to go to my grandmother's house in South Carolina, right? You used to have to take a bath. I used to have to take a bath and literally like 3 inches of water because it would take like so long for the tub to fill up. And then
yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
the gritty.
It's like Flint, Michigan.
Exactly. 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 And the cough. It sounded like I used to think a man used to be behind the wall. It used to scare me as a little kid. I used to think a man was behind the wall because when the you turn on the faucet for the tub, it go. It sounded like a motherfucker coughing, like he coughing up his lung, and it sounded like somebody coughing up the water, and the water come out the sink like you coughing it up. It used to freak me out as a little kid and shit. I used to hate taking baths when we go down south.
That actually sounds. That would actually. No lie. That would scare me if I heard that. I would probably be like, I would never. I would never do it unless I absolutely had to.
Like they didn't have no shower. Like you could have had no shower because the water wouldn't have enough pressure. Like, no, don't say for a shower.
That's
Like,
that's just freaky. I mean, I don't know.
that shit be coming out. It would literally sound like there was a man behind the wall and shit giving you the water. Like that shit used to be the fuck out. So I can imagine in Africa. Like, and these motherfuckers would have go there. But my point is that he didn't let Mighty Hebrew hype his ass up to go down there. But Mighty Hebrew don't even know nothing about that shit. That cult set him up to be down there as a poster child.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what the worst part is? The worst part is whoever gassed him up to do that isn't the only one. There
Yep.
was actually a group that got people to go to some African country, took their passports away,
There you go.
and then left them there, stranded.
IUI, not IUIC,
It was,
GOCC.
yeah, GOCC. I think they weren't the only ones either, but there was some definitely Hebrew Israelites who taught get out of Babylon, get to Africa, and then they left them there where they couldn't do anything. They were stuck.
Somebody said Mighty Hebrew is 5'6". Man, I thought he looked like a big dude. Man, that's the
I
camera. Got that.
Yeah, I saw that, but let me just put it to you this way: a sex offender is a freak no matter what. Like the man's a freak, in my opinion. If I could trip him down a flight of stairs, I would. I'd go to prison with a smile. My commissary would be full. You can bet. If I told them, yeah, I'm here because I tripped a sex offender down a flight of stairs, they'd be like, that's cool. That's awesome, man. I'd be getting handshakes. I'd be getting like, you're good, man. You're all big. You're good.
Add ramen noodles, all that shit. Summer
Yeah,
sausage,
because
all
no
that shit.
nobody, yeah, all that stuff. Nobody likes a sex offender, not even criminals.
But know who does? Know who does? These niggas that fuck around this Hebrew Israelite and conscious community shit. Because we see.
That's messed up. You gotta take my word for it. That's messed up. If I
Yep.
was in either one of those things, I'd be getting away from those freaks. You
But
gotta
you know,
get away.
I gotta take that back. I'm gonna say, you know what I'm gonna.
Did they get him? did he get did he get hit with that heart attack weapon? But yeah, like I was saying, I would be getting away from those weirdos, man. You couldn't get me to stay around with a whole group that is known for being a bunch of weirdos, man. I'm not. That's not me. When I was in Torah nights, I had to get away from that group because I was like, man, there's too many weirdo people in here. And the guy that's the most visible leader of the group is a weirdo, so I gotta get away. But I couldn't stay in a group full of people like that. Like, shoot, I got some integrity. So yeah, how you guys doing? Oh yeah, you gotta fight a crocodile to get water. Yeah, yeah. And imagine if that water is the only source of it is the river where the crocodiles are. So yeah, this is kind of funny. Yeah, normally Kill is back on after a few minutes, but guess it's taking a little while longer to get the internet back up. Got to go outside and crank it with crank it, add some gas, and then pull the cord thing, lawnmower type setup. But yeah, that whole Black Hebrew thing ain't worth it. No cult is. That's the whole point that me and Kill try to make, is that none of this is worth your time. Because that's the most important thing you got, is time. Money isn't even as valuable as time is, because you can't get time back. You can get money back, but you can't get time. And that's the worst thing the cults can take from you, is your time and your effort, which will ultimately amount to nothing. Because, that's the shame of it, actually. Yeah, and the worst part is, not only do these groups want your time, they also want you to do what they tell you to do. So when they say go to Africa, they don't tell you what you're going to do there. They tell you you're just going to be there. I mean, if they were preparing you for that, that would be one thing, but they don't prepare you for it. Yeah, it's just a huge shame. And people fall for this stuff because they're alienated. They don't feel like they have a place in society. And those are the people that we gotta try to keep from falling into these groups. And then after they fall into them, we gotta pull them back out. So at least that's what I try to do. Yeah, there's so many different kinds of scams. It's not just cults, it's political parties, it's all kinds of things. The whole goal is to keep you distracted. Yeah, I hate dead space like this, or quiet, but it's just really weird when I'm the only one on here, basically holding it down for Killer or whoever. The weird thing is, I think StreamYard shuts down if you don't have. It shuts down after a while. I forget what the thing is. Because right now that little joke I made isn't starting to feel like a joke. It's actually starting to feel like a real thing. You know, maybe they did get killed. Shoot, I hope not. It's like, oh shoot, it won't let you back. Oh crap. So this thing will just keep going. If I jump off, then it'll come to a stop. So I might just have to jump off.
I don't know what that was all about. That was weird as hell. It's like it wouldn't let me back in. It was just like when it says loading, when it's putting you back in and stuff, it just like froze up. I had to turn my phone off and turn it back on to get back up in here. It's crazy. Fucked up my whole thought. I forgot what I was saying before. Shit. But I don't know. We just wing it from here. Anybody want to come in? I don't even think the link's at the top of the chat. I'm not gonna try to put it up. I know this thing didn't save it. Nope, it didn't. Nope. Yeah, y'all gotta get the link from the top of the chat. Anybody want to come in? Hugh Street, I ain't see you up in here. Damn, they all seem like they into the same type of criminal background. Yeah, I know. That shit crazy, dog. Yup. Shit crazy. Yeah, I'm back. You got back, huh? Yeah, that shit crazy as hell, yo. Why they all seem like they all down with the same thing? So, like, now, they done show the paperwork on solarmind, whatever, right? I still want to see a picture along with it. So, if that is true, that is true. So, what are these people gonna do? Cause y'all all about where black people not 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 supporting white people and shit, not going to the white people store and buying up from them, supporting black and all this shit, right? Y'all all hardcore about that. So what are you gonna do now about supporting these platforms? You know what I'm saying? You see how I make sense of this and how phony all these people are. So now you gotta disassociate yourself from the black ones that's doing the same thing that you claim the white ones is doing. Right or wrong? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Sorry, Ivory, if you watch it. I was doing the screen. I know you tried to call me. Shout out to that's annoying about this shit is that my hand is be like all over the phone, so I be taking my own self out the stream and all types of shit going down. But yeah, this shit crazy though. Like, you know what I mean? So these people gotta make some decisions, and know what y'all gotta do? Y'all gotta hold that shit to it. I mean, hold them to it. So they talking about, oh, we should only buy black and all that shit. So we should only buy motherfuckers that ain't involved with shit like y'all involved with. Right or wrong? All you motherfuckers that won y'all little trophies and shit like that, y'all need to give them back. And why are we the most ratchetest people out here and shit? Because white men, they don't do that shit. They don't do this shit. They do not do this shit. They will take your ass off the motherfucking air. You ain't gonna be sitting up on their panel and got some shit like that going on with you. They're not gonna put you up there and have you. Oh no, you got caught trying to make a 14-year-old do such and such and such and such. They not gonna have your ass up on there, and ain't nobody gonna work with you afterwards. Your career over. Nobody gonna work with you. Look how they did Nick Cannon. That wasn't no black shit. That's business. That's morals, motherfucker. That's what the fuck that is. Oh, you feel that about us Jewish people, all the people that helped you out, got you in the position to where you at? Know what I'm saying? They got you in that position. So with that, you know what I'm saying? So with that, how you gonna come out your goddamn mouth and you expect us not to say fuck you, nigga? We not fucking with you though. and leave your ass right on the motherfucking curb. I was saying that if I was a black Hebrew Israelite or something like that, I would distance myself from the weirdos in the cult. But they can't. And you know, a lot of them tried that already. There's plenty of them, nigga, that try to do that, but they can't because their doctrine is that's the foundation of their doctrine. They can't. They can't. No, they'll say, "Oh, I'm not in no camp. I'm not in your camp." How did the black people where in the Bible it shows the black people are Israelite? Deuteronomy 28. Well, that is exclusive from the people you trying to distance yourself from. Those same people. That's who you learned that from. So you can't. I'm not saying you, nigga, but I'm just saying that's what they say. Like, so you can't. So you can't play. You can't play that game and be a Hebrew Israelite. If you Hebrew Israelite, you can't play that game. Like, say, all right, how could you play the game? What type of organization or type of thing can you play that game with? God damn, fucking a lawnmower up. What can you do and play that game? All right, baseball. You can play that game with baseball. Say if baseball, right? Motherfuckers invented, whoever invented baseball, I don't know, right? And now the NBA, right? The founder of the NBA found out the founder of the NBA made all his players do sexual acts or whatever before every game, right? And now motherfuckers find out about that shit and somebody start another baseball league. Instead of the NBL is the UBL, right? Universal Baseball League. So now you can say, like, nobody can say, well, that's some gay shit and whatever. Like, no. That was under them because they didn't change. Making motherfuckers do sexual acts for the game isn't the game. Isn't part of the game. It's not in the rule book of the game. You know what I'm saying? That was part of the organization, right? But they get in there. How can I put that? I might be screwing this shit up. Help me out, y'all. If y'all see what I'm trying to say. I could have used a bad example. I don't know. You could start another baseball league without doing that. But the foundation of their shit, like, you can't. If you omit, it's not going to be the same. You're not what you claiming if you omit the doctrine. You know what I'm saying? They say they're not part of it, but they believe in everything that they believe. But they said, all right. So they look at the leader. Damn, how can I put? I want to put it the right way. I'll make a show out of this. I'll make a show out. Okay, now you're helping me out here. Right. The structure and everything comes from the code, aka the baseball league. So you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But so many of them. Because, like, you ask them, like, say IUIC, right? They'll say there was one of the first people, along with UPK, under General Yohana, under the general, got on GMS about the whole rape doctrine. But I know for a fact that they all was raised under that doctrine. Right? Now, IUIC speak against it, right? But in the back of their head, guess what? Matter of fact, I make it goddamn motherfucker slid. That motherfucker dug a goddamn hole in the motherfucker ground. Get up, motherfucker. All right. Sorry, assholes. But so they'll do a class and say, yeah, Masha is King David. Right? So Masha King David, and he says that you can have in the kingdom, we can have 12-year-old girls in the kingdom. Masha went with Tahar and them, right? Masha went with Tahar and them. Well, Tahar went with Masha, basically, right? So with that, you can't, and you saying this man, basically you saying this man is God. You're saying the man is God. So now how you going to take away from what God told you, what God taught you? Because they learned from him. They learned from they learned from Arya. They learned from Masha. Those same leaders. So you calling King David a goddamn lie then? They better do something, Neggy. They better do something. But you know what? It's not going to clean house. It's going to get worse. It's going to get more extreme. Yup. We got this fool now telling people he the Messiah again. Yup. Absolutely. But this shit crazy, yo. This shit, this fucking nuts. It's like, how did, like, these motherfuckers is that stupid. So it gives you a demographic too of the type of people that get involved with stuff like this. They're not very bright people. They're not that bright. Like, you know what I'm saying? That really get into the depths of it. They're like, they follow around. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, they're there for information and shit. I'm not saying all the motherfuckers is dumb, stupid, like half retarded motherfuckers. But I'm saying that, like, a lot of them, they are gullible. That's the word I should be using. And it's like you put, all you gotta do is put 1 and 2 together, yo. And I went all these years, I was seeing the wrong. And that's why I kept leaving and jumping around. Like, I'm like, yo, these niggas head full of shit. Let me get out from around these motherfuckers, right? But I kept the doctrine. And by keeping the doctrine, you left yourself wide open for the next group to claim you. So you join up with them. Oh yeah, them brothers is rebels. Like when I stopped learning on Tahar and all them, right? And I started dealing with, I'll be listening to Zabat or something like that, right? But he said, saying, well, actually, no, he didn't say that. I would ask, what was the difference? Why was there so many different camps? If we supposed to be all one under the body of Christ, like under the body of Yahushua, so why is there all these different camps that don't agree with each other? And he said, well, what they teaching over there? Like, you go to another group and ask them the same thing, you know the answer you're going to get? Well, what they teaching over there? So they can learn out what they teaching, and now they can speak against it to gain more followers. Ooh, shit. Oh, yeah, that's right. Uh-huh. I know, Killer be over here wilding. Oh shit, Napah's funky pass around. Drag these devils. I don't know. I don't know if he got kids older than Napah. I know he got some kids that are probably at least 18 now. Because I know he had a son and stuff that was like pretty much like, you know what I mean, almost an adult, as far as I remember. Yeah, being in various groups make you more likely to listen to the next guy. Yep. So when I went to the UPK, not General Honda's UPK, the real UPK, right? And they say, you know what, brother? They all rebels. They all rebels. You coming home. You came home, brother. You're home now. You're home, brother. You're home, right? Because they was all rebels, and we made the truth. He said they all learn from here, bro. They all learn from here. They all learn from here. So why you want to go to the other group when they learn from here? right? But it only took me like a couple months to realize that shit was there when they locked your ass up in that motherfucker building and shit. Would have let you leave until they drained all the money out your pocket. You know, niggas didn't get my money that night. I tell you that. I like shit. I eat my halal chicken sandwich every time I come to New York on the way home. That train, motherfucker. You was not getting my last $2, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Right? So it's bugged out. But yeah. Sonetta got kids, but he got good daughters and shit. But guess what? According to him, he would let them run off and be with a grown ass nigga too. Yeah. There's always somebody trying to get you into something. And they got so many different angles. Here's another one. I wanted to bring this shit up too. We were talking about solarmind, right? Solarmind boy, like now this too, nigga. This is I know why I was banned for so long. Nigga. I was banned. Fuck for so long, nigga. Still banned. But I understand now. Yo, I'm too investigative. Like I'm too observant. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they can't have my motherfucking ass around. Like, yo, this nigga be paying attention. Like, especially if you being wicked. Like, if something ain't right, like, I'm paying attention to that shit. Like, cause like, say, well, all right. This is when we were doing a video on your ass, nigga. I think that's what it was. And Zapara was up on here, on the panel. And I guess he had a beef with Zapara and solving the race problem. The dude solving the race problem. He all dresses up in a suit, 3-piece suit and shit. Like he a businessman, but he a snake oil salesman, right? So Zapara had a problem with him. So they arguing like on some Napah and Jennifer shit, like you know what I mean, that happened with them, like same type of bullshit. And I told Zapara to chill out or whatever. And I let the nigga on the panel. And I was civil with him. Right? I was very nice to the man. I was like, I don't know some of y'all old heads and stuff. I don't know if y'all remember this. He said, so I asked him about this business. And I was like, yeah, man, you can plug your business on here. Tell us a little about it. So he was like, yeah, I fight white supremacy and shit. I'm like, well, how, nigga? He said, oh, you go to my website and shit. I'm like, nigga, how? Like, you on the show. Like, let us know. We ain't like motherfucking trying to go to no goddamn website, nigga. We doing the show. So I'm allowing you to explain. I'm saying, okay, so we supposed to give you this money, right? He got things, we give him the money. So if we giving you the money now, what do we get? You just don't give money and then wait for what you get. That's stupid as fuck. When you go to buy something, you seeing what you get. When you go on Amazon, it show you a picture and a fucking description, the size, the weight, if it's in a box, what size the box is, and everything. So we're making a purchase for you with you. Okay, so what are your credentials? Who have you worked with? And all these questions was coming out, and the nigga just kept spinning everything I asked him, and I was very nice. But then I started noticing, I'm like, yo, this nigga just spinning this shit. Just go to the website. I'm like, what's the name? Do shit like this? He was on your shit the other day, Nagy. Rabbi Lewis. That's why I don't fuck with him that hard, like that, right? Like he could be very polite, like so you can't like really kind of fix yourself to cuss that motherfucker the fuck out like that. But like if you pay attention to him and shit, that nigga just talk, that nigga round and round like a merry-go-round and shit. Like, you know what I mean? You ask him a question, he can answer you something totally different that ain't got shit to do. He'll start talking about some other book with some other subject. Like especially some shit he don't know or can't answer, or he know you cornered his ass, right? He gonna do that every time, and it's marketing, like you know what I mean, like type of shit, and marketing and being like misleading on top of. Because marketing don't have to be being a swindler, but let me read some of these comments. Yep. Funny how that happened in a video about me. I believe these old heads marrying teenagers, but that's none of my business. I believe these old heads marrying teenagers. That's none of my business. Right, but that's what black people do. That's why they still out here. And that's why they'll continue to do it, because nobody say nothing. They say they ain't on my business. They ain't got my kids. So that's why I'm here. Hosni, if I'm Luima, if I'm pronouncing that right, that's why I'm here, to tell people it's not cool just to say no, that's not my business. Because it could be your child that's out at the basketball court. It could be your child at the skate park. It could be your child at the community center. It could be your child at the after school program that this happens to. And the other kids go home and be like, yo, such and such is messing with like little Jimmy or some shit. And he was like, well, you don't let that nigga touch you. You stay from around that nigga. They ain't none of my business. Right? And this child goes on to be victimized, and he grows up and might grow up doing the same shit. He might grow up, you know what I'm saying, all fucked up in the head. And next thing you know, this motherfucker out on the street killing motherfuckers because nobody helped him. Because he feel that nobody cared about him enough to stop this man from doing what he was doing. See what I'm saying? Yep. He was talking about how Jesus isn't God on my video. But you ask him something about it, they don't know nothing. They following behind somebody. You know what I mean? They don't know nothing about none of that shit they talking about. They're mimicking what they heard someone else say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking now. I'm not talking from what I saw in some motherfucking video. I'm talking from what I'm saying. Like, I feel I'm an authority on this motherfucking shit. So I'm like, I by experience. Like, I'm authority by experience. You know what I'm saying? And I believe so what I'm saying got some goddamn weight. You know what I mean? But it's somebody that stuck their ass on the internet and shit for 3 years. They want to come out and talk about some shit. They haven't been in this. Yeah, you had the internet version of it, but not the real roots of the shit. Like, you know what I mean? I come from the roots of this motherfucker. Not toot my horn or nothing. It ain't nothing I'm proud of. Yeah, the nigga weird. Like, these motherfuckers ain't got good sense, nigga. He hit me, be plugging his books and shit. Like, the nigga be like, I put up a post, this motherfucker put his book fucking ad up in my fucking comment board. Like, what the fuck is you doing, nigga? Like, and it'd be some stupid ass shit too. Some of the stuff I find funny that, like, no be I'll promote. Like, I'll let it stay there because I think it's funny. You know what I mean? Or some shit like that. But other than that, nigga, stop trying to like ride your own wave, motherfucker. Stop like trying to ride my shit, putting your little ads up on that motherfucker. That's like me going to somebody's channel and start dropping my videos all up in their chat, all up in their comment board and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's tacky. Like, that's weird. And it's really a disrespect to that user and shit. I can see it's like, yo, here's this video, yo, so put up such and such video in the chat or whatever. But you just up in here and toot your own motherfucking shit. That's why I got the donation thing. Anybody want to send a donation? Now I got that on my mind. I want to thank all my supporters: Nagy Springfield, Brain Square Homeschool Academy, Sister P, Siberia's Sleeping Serpent, Josh, and Myron Edwards and stuff. Like, thank them for being supporters of the channel. Any of you other people and stuff like to be supporters of the channel, you can send your donation at Cash App, $Colt Buster, and leave a name, whatever name you want to be on the list. Put your kid's name up on there. Put your YouTube channel. Put your name. Put your nickname. Whatever. Your hood. Whatever. I'll put that shit up on there. So like every show, I'll shout it out. So that's what for people that want to do that to try to help their YouTube channels and shit like that, don't start posting your shit up on my fucking shit because I'll just delete it. But if you in a sport or something, or you got something that has something to do with the subject, that's something different. But sometimes it's still kind of weird if it's that person's video. Like it's like motherfuckers cloud chasing, motherfuckers is like, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers do that. Like the when I did a video on Yahweh been Yahweh, you should have saw the motherfuckers coming in there posting Yahweh been Yahweh. It's like, man, you don't get that shit the fuck up out of here, nigga. I don't know why I let that guy come on. Now that I think about it, he's good for conversation though, nigga. You all right for conversation? That's why I'm glad like my shit was fucked up. So I just turned that shit off because I'm gonna fucking disrupt this motherfucker. So that's why I fell back that night. I was sitting on the dock waiting for the goddamn hurricane to come. You know what I'm saying? I'll say what's the best look for a hurricane to come to sit right there on the edge of the water and shit. That what I was doing that night. And I turned my camera on that night too, but I didn't show myself sight. But don't one thumb down. I wonder who that is. You know who that is? That's them people. That's them supporters. And yo, and why they all jumping on it now? And they all talking about this shit. But like I said before, they talking about now they getting personal, like with the shit. So it's like, it's not like you don't care about that girl, that what happened to that girl. You care about getting the motherfucker out the way so you can move in a spot. Taz is another one. He beating up women and shit, going to prison, selling drugs, all that shit. And he got the nerve to talk about people that's trying to, on YouTube, trying to better people's lives and talking about they gay and shit. Yeah, but that gay motherfucking shit dressed better than you, that nigga make more money than you, and that motherfucker got better content than you, and that motherfucker can fix black people and shit. And what you doing? On some nigga shit. All you hear is this motherfucker sucking his weed and shit. That's all you hear that nigga do. It's talk. Yeah, it's Taz. It's Taz. Lex Vortex, old peg leg ass and shit. It's an orthopedic shoe. Asking women for money. This nigga up on here getting Zapar. You gotta come up on here. I know you be watching. You gotta come up on here and shoot that shit. I know how you nosy and shit. You like telling. Bring your ass up on here. We want to know about Lex Vortex. Make up my head. He tried to make a book debunking the Black Hebrew Israelite cult. I wonder why. He used to be a GMS member, I heard. And know what's funny too? His ad, it shows like a white dude on there. So I don't know if he black. I never see his face. He like killing me. I never see his face. But yeah, he always got that ad with that white dude on there with the business suit and shit. That's just kind of weird. No, it ain't. Like I said, it's good for conversation. You had that weird. I had that weird nigga on my shit the other day. Like a couple months before you. Like maybe like 2 months, 3 months maybe. Yep. Beat down everybody so he can steal followers. God damn, my fucking shit dying. All right, y'all. I gotta end this thing. The battery just died. Damn, that shit went fast. Peace, everybody. This shit's shutting off. God damn.